It is now 4:36 in the morning. And B-Boy family, we feeling good. So we finna bust another one out. And then I probably ain't going back to sleep. Fellas, y'all know how it is. Sisters, y'all know how it is. You get up, you go to bed a little early, and you get up early, you just like, I ain't going back to sleep. So let's get to it.
There are black women in different cultures.
We don't date
like
black.
I'm Jamaican.
You ain't black.
Then what am I?
Jamaican.
I'm black.
You Jamaican.
No.
You Jamaican.
It's a difference, huh?
It's a difference.
Okay, describe the difference.
If I go to your...
What color is my skin? What color is my skin?
Yellow.
Okay, and it derived from?
Even white derived from black. Even white derived from black. All colors in the color spectrum come from the black. But y'all have been classified as Jamaicans. We still haven't been identified nor classified. We were just given a color.
I was going to disagree with Charleston, but now I think about it, and it's the delineation movement, which that's the movement, because FBA is a lineage. In a way, he's right, because American is what we are. And we put the black on there to signify our blackness, and we put the foundation on there to signify our lineage within this nation. And her saying she's black, when he said she's Jamaican, I don't know how she acts surprised. Weren't Jamaicans like, nah, I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. Just like I'm not black, I'm Dominican. I'm not black, I'm Cuban. I'm not black, I'm Haitian. I'm not black, I'm Nigerian. I'm not black, I'm Ghanaian. Until there's a benefit involved, and all of a sudden they can hop the fence and blend in. Oh no, they can't do that no more because we're delineating.
When I fill out a paperwork here in the States, it doesn't say Jamaican anywhere.
But black is not a person. That's not a noun.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of an adjective, isn't it? Well, how can you describe me as being black? You have a name. You're Jamaican.
You're American.
Well, I'm black American.
Okay, I'm black Jamaican.
It don't say that. You're making something up now. It don't say that. Our paperwork, we have to check something. When you go back home, you don't check nothing. You're automatic Jamaican.
Right.
I'm not automatic American. I'm automatic black. Black people aren't American. We had to be given American rights.
Now, I'm pushing back on that with Charleston. We are American. And that's the thing. We've allowed so much convolution to happen over the years. Pan-Africanism, and I'm not beating up on Pan-Africans. But go back to Africa, we got to go to African roots and dashikis and all this stuff. We've always been American. We're more American than the white folk. We're the only people that fought in all the wars. We're the only people who have stood 10 toes down in this country, even when this country has disrespected us. We were the one coming back from wars being killed because their coward-ass sons was ducking and dodging, draft dodging, hopping from one state line to another to get out of going to war, and then kill us when we come back in our uniforms. So no, I'm not accepting that, Charleston.
You see what I'm saying? So when we say black, we talking us. Mm-hmm. Y'all ain't us.
Now, I agree with that. They are not us. When we talk black, we're talking us. We did for a time, used to say black and had everybody encompassed, the flat blackness, but we've gotten so far away from that, especially now. Especially now, the last 5 to 10 years have been so pivotal. Not pitiful. That have been so pivotal to us having the political, social, and economic successes that we need to have. The tether's getting pushed out, whether Latino, Caribbean, or African, which is opening up jobs for us. The language, the lexicon, is including our language and our talking points. The social climate is changing. They're starting to make it to where it's no longer bilingual is not no longer a thing. See, that used to be a real big thing, especially if you were in Texas and other places. Bilingual. Oh, no. We're making it where you need to speak English because we are no longer protecting these other groups. We're no longer holding them up. We're saying, hey, this ain't work for me. You know, I boost you up. You get over the fence, and then you take a cup of piss and you pour it back the other way to let me know you don't fuck with me. All right, cool. Hector, get your own ass over there. I'm going to get myself up. And that's what we're doing. And it's been working out flawlessly. For the most part, it's been working out flawlessly. We've been having a few hiccups to navigate, but that's what we've always done. We've always been able to course correct and navigate the waters. And now we're doing it better, faster because we dropped the dead weight.
Don't y'all got Jamaican food?
Yes.
Don't y'all have a Jamaican culture?
Yes.
We don't.
You have an American culture.
What's
in Texas? In Texas, you have soul food.
What's
barbecue?
That's our culture.
Mm-hmm.
Black slaves didn't barbecue.
So here's the thing with barbecue. As far as Google states, no one's sure if it was the Spanish conquistadors who brought it or if it was the Native Americans. And if it was the Native Americans, it would have been us. It would have been the copper-colored ones, us. So yeah, and who barbecue better than us? And now, before anybody, come on now, Destination Smokehouse. Y'all seen the videos? I'm gonna do a follow up on that later, but right now we're cooking. And you see how he kind of glazed over the soul food part? Come on now. Come on, brother. We do have a culture. Like I said, Charleston has good points at times. And sometimes it's like, nigga.
Slaves didn't barbecue. Slaves didn't create that.
Mm-hmm.
Soul food, pig intestines, pig feet.
So what did slaves used to eat?
The slop that their masters gave them, like the dogs, what you would give your dogs. That's what they ate. And that became part of what we ate. So you say that's our culture.
No.
Come on, don't do us like that, please.
No.
Well, it became our culture. What we did is we took the worst of what they gave us and we made it the best. We took the so-called oxtail was never a mainstay dish until we started cooking it. Because at one point in time, I think a lot of you would be able to say that your grandmothers would be able to say, hey, you know, the oxtail, which is a cow tail, was actually fairly cheap, you know, at one point in time. Now it's kind of a delicacy and it's catching on supply and demand. The demand is up, so the supply is more expensive. It is what it is. So I know what he's trying to do, but no, we've turned it into a culture. Now, was it the best? No, but we made it work for the times we were in because we had to eat. And you see what we did. We said, all right, look, if I got to eat this, I'm going to make it taste good. It's got to taste like something for me to consume it. And we made it work. That's a part of our culture. We take something like the modern day mac and cheese. Yeah, they had mac and cheese, but it was European food. Think UK. Beans and more beans. We take something, we make it poppin', and now it's a staple. Now that's what everybody wants to do.
I understand you play devil's advocate, but nobody in this world have been done like the person, not the African. See, this is what people forget. It was a small portion of Africans who was transported over here and was made to be slaves. It was a small portion. The rest was created and bred. They had slave form, but they bred this because slavery, international slavery, was only legal for a small amount of time before the world said, no, stop this. So America kept saying, fuck y'all, we ain't finna stop this. They started making slaves, right? So the first generation of Africans who came over here to be slaves, they wasn't niggers, they was Africans. The ones who was born from the Africans, right? The ones who was forced to have sex and sleep with this one, those that was born on this land under slavery, into slavery, they were niggers. Them wasn't black people, them was niggers. They was called nigger. Come here, nigga. Shut up, nigga. Fuck you doing around here, nigga? He didn't have a name. So those people never thought to go back to Africa. They didn't know no language. So those seeds, we are not African seeds. We don't have no African bloodline other than what the white boy have.
I know some of that was hard to listen to because some of it was like, you're wrong on that, you're right on this, you're wrong on that. And this is the thing with Charleston White. It's like eating fish from the lake. It's a little bit of meat and you got a little bit of bone, some meat and then bone. So bear with me, B1 family. All the parts about us not having an African bloodline anymore, absolutely correct. All the parts about it, we were bred, yes. He left out the indigenous part because the indigenous were a part of that. They were forced onto plantations. They were forced into slavery. And that mixing of the bloods is the catalyst for our ethnogenesis. That's part of the reason why we're so freaking awesome, is because you took people who were resilient enough to survive coming across the transatlantic waters, to survive the chicken pox and all the diseases brought over from Europe, if you're indigenous, from the indigenous side. Come together in all that strength and that resiliency to survive slavery and being bred from all that resiliency and all that greatness. That's how we are who we are. Because all of that is the catalyst to make us the diamonds that we are in this land of pyrite and Cuban zirconia. That's why we're hated. That's why everybody like, dang, it's always shining. You always find a way. Ain't nothing like when somebody trying to sabotage you and they make an elaborate plan to sabotage you and get you out the paint. And at the last second, you figure out a way not only to make it through, but to rise above and stand out. And everybody's looking because everybody's waiting with bated breath like, oh, he ain't gonna make it this time. They ain't gonna be able to figure this one out. And then you do it, they're like, you always, they can't stand it. It chaps their ass. And guess what? We like that. Because who told you to try to set me up in the first place? Now, this next joker you might have been seeing around, he's a Democratic shield. I think he's probably trying to run for office or set himself up to run for some type of political placement somewhere. I'm bringing him to light because I've been seeing him a lot more lately. And we got to be ready for this guy. For whenever he gets, try to gain himself and put himself into a prominent position so we can shut him down.
Not a straw man. That means that you just cannot you cannot answer a counterexample. Now I understand what you think a straw man is. You think that because somebody brings, excuse me, you think that just because somebody brings up a counterexample that is a straw man. That's not a straw man. That's not how that works. You don't know how to debate.
No, honestly, I took debate in high school and college.
Well, it's not working out for you.
No, so when you interrupt people, you're not allowing them to engage in debate.
Because you're not making any points.
I have made several points. You keep interrupting. And when you talk, I let you do your thing. It's your live. I get it. You're the king, whatever. But like, I don't try to interrupt repeatedly. You don't give a fuck about people. I get that TikTok occasionally makes people jaded and screw everyone's point of view. I'm right all the time.
So I want you to address what I just said. I want you to address the fact that Democrats fund USAID. Go ahead.
I wanted to address that.
Then go make your point.
All right. So here's my full stop, uninterrupted point of view on USAID. Yes, I think that that's a net positive for some countries, but for a majority of countries that are black and or brown, they don't need USAID at all. What they do need is the lack of Western imperialism, Western corporations, crony capitalism siphoning off their resources. They need NATO to stop embargoing and sanctioning their countries. First right of refusal is a thing that goes on in most African countries where it doesn't matter if you've got gold under your soil or oil under your soil, you're not allowed to sell that product on the international markets because some Western white country
Which
has
country?
the first rights of refusal for all of your resources.
Which country?
And they don't even live there.
Name
I'm
one
making
of those
the argument
countries.
while you're interrupting me again, brother.
Name one of those
You do not want a
countries.
well-rounded. You do
Name
not want a well-rounded.
no, because name
do
one
not
of those
want a
countries.
well-rounded. DRC.
No.
Can I
Which
continue?
no. Tell me which one of the countries that are
Congo.
putting these sanctions in place. You're saying that are Western countries.
Yeah, America, France, Europe, NATO countries.
Wait, so
NATO countries.
So that's France. Because the country that you're referring to is France. That has nothing to do with America. Because you're
You said
trying
name
to
a country. Did I name 3 countries for you?
Because this is my point.
Did I name the countries?
This is my
I named the countries,
point.
right?
Wait a second.
What is my point? I haven't finished a point.
Wait a second.
This is not good faith, brother.
Because you're not
good
because
faith
look,
at all.
because you bring up something
You pivoted
and I'm
me. I
not
answered your question.
and
Can I
I'm
finish my
not
point?
going to let it slide.
Now, Buddy's getting his money. He's getting a lot of engagement or whatever on TikTok, but let's be mindful of who he is. Now, what I've noticed, going back and looking at this, he had the Akon treatment because he actually got like little, like not waves going, like what we got. His head, I've seen his head shaved down more before, and he got like little wrinkles in his head. He is most definitely not FBA. He capes so hard. He's only been on this Trump is destroying the country thing since Trump got in office. And he's been caping hard for Democrats. So just a little snippet of who he is. I'm pretty sure I'm going to see him again. Him like the Dr. Julio guy who would do some Black American, he would side with us on some of our points, but then he would try to slide in some of their Republican talk. So as I see it, we'll address it so we make sure to be one family stay sharp and stay ready for key things to be said and key arguments being made to let us know, like, oh, hold on. Okay, yeah, this nigga's shield. Get him out of here. Pack him out. He got to go. Because we're not finna waste time with people anymore. We're not letting folk come around and filibuster, babble, rant and rave for no reason, and it's not going anywhere. With that being said, B1 family, once again, appreciate you again. Until next time, FBA all day, and B1.